Some of the work still happening on the Green Line connecting St. Paul and Minneapolis is easier to see than others. With small crews that are sometimes underground, electrical and other work is finishing up the line. And in bursts of color and texture, art is adding life to utilitarian stations. Let's get an update on Green Line construction.
Construction is still happening along the alignment. A lot of the construction are more behind the scenes, things that you may not see when you're out on the avenue. But there is still work happening. There's TPSS stations that are being set. These are the substations that provide power to the train. There's also catenary wire that's being put up, fiber optics that are being pulled through the stations. And there's also punch list work, and that's basically cleanup items, fixing, leveling manholes that may not be completely level, fixing up sidewalks, doing landscaping and things like that. This is the OMF building, or the Operations and Maintenance Facility, right behind me, and there's still a lot of work happening in the yard behind the building, so what you see is just the front, and a lot of that work is done. It looks pretty nice with our Metro Transit sign and everything out front. Well, the OMF is really the place where, the trains come in, they get a good night's sleep, only a few hours, they get changed out if there's any, chairs that have gum on it, they fix those things up, they wash it up, clean it up, and get it ready for the next day.
Light rail vehicles are already getting some time on the tracks.
Well, we have a lot of systems testing happening. You'll see the trains being pulled without power, and then starting today, actually, the trains will start operating under OCS power, and they'll be running through the University of Minnesota area. And soon, in probably about mid-September, you'll start seeing it along University Avenue and through downtown St. Paul, all along the alignment. They'll be testing out switches, they'll be testing out the trains first, and also making sure that it gets through the stations, and every one of those pieces come together and align properly.
Passengers will access the Green Line at 18 new stations, 14 in St. Paul and a few more just across the border. Art is planned for all the stations, and some of the work is completed already. Seitu Jones, a prominent Twin Cities artist, is creating original work for 3 of the stations.
Part of the reason I want to do it not only is because they were in my neighborhood, but because they have all of these strong social, cultural, and historical ties and potential themes that can operate from them. Not too many people know that for 60 years on this site was the Lexington Ballpark that drew thousands and thousands and thousands of people. This was also at a time when baseball was beginning to be integrated. And so I chose, for a model at least, the hands of Roy Campanella. And this is really in honor of all these great players, in particular, all of these black players that were being seasoned right before they went into the major leagues, right after Jackie Robinson. There are 7 artists that are integrating artwork into the stations along the Central Corridor site, along what's being called now the Green Line. Some of this work is really phenomenal. I mean, looking at a wide range of materials and mediums, and a wide range of themes, from nature to the history of transportation and transit, mosaic pieces that you're going to see here, along the line. And so in each station will be identified by these artworks, and maybe even at some point in time we'll refer to these stations not by their street names, but by, oh, that's the station with the birds, or the bird station, or the wheel station, or the mosaic station, or the leaf station here.
An important part of getting ready for trains to roll on the Green Line is Metro Transit's safety campaign. Shua tells us what to watch for.
The safety campaign is our real big push for the summer. We're going out to a lot of the different organizations along the corridor, businesses, nonprofits, elementary schools, and high schools and colleges as well, and talking to folks about safety. Obviously, the trains will be testing in the fall, so we'll start seeing them running, and we want to make sure people are acclimated to, just how to interact with the trains around them, whether they're a motorist, a cyclist, or a pedestrian. We want them to pay attention to the signs, understand what they mean, and we've got several videos on our YouTube site, so we encourage people to go on the Central Quarter Green Line YouTube site and check out those public service announcements. We're also putting together a community safety poster contest to engage the kids in the community, to have them think about safety and put that in the forefront of their minds.
Since most of the construction is past and access has returned to normal, now's the time to support your locally owned Green Line businesses. Just go to onthegreenline.com for a list of businesses, events, specials, and more. And we'll see you on the Avenue.